I buy that remote control car, I would be the happiest. Don't you think so? I think you're wrong, Tofu. Happiness comes and goes just like other things in life. And true happiness always comes from within. But dear, just one more joy. I think this is all I want. Oh, Tofu, you remind me of Timmy right now. Who's Timmy? Timmy's joy. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a boy named Timmy. Timmy was a curious and adventurous boy who loved exploring the nearby forest. He spent most of his days wandering through the woods, discovering new plants and animals. One day, while Timmy was exploring the forest, he stumbled upon a beautiful and magical crystal. The crystal glowed in the sunlight and Timmy was fascinated by its beauty. He picked it up and examined it carefully, admiring its sparkling colors. Suddenly, he heard a voice from behind him. "Hey, what are you doing with my crystal?" Timmy turned around and saw a tiny fairy, no bigger than his hand, hovering in the air. "I found it. I didn't know it belonged to anyone. This crystal is very special. It has the power to grant wishes, but only to those who are worthy. Do you think you're worthy, Timmy?" Timmy thought for a while and then spoke up with confidence. "Yes, I think I am. I have always been kind to others and have always tried to do the right thing." The fairy smiled at Timmy gleefully. "Very well then, Timmy. I will grant you one wish, but be careful what you wish for. Sometimes the things we think we want may not be what we truly need." Timmy thought long and hard about what he wanted to wish for. Finally, he told the fairy what he wanted. "I wish to have all the candy in the world." The fairy looked at Timmy with a sad expression on her face. "Are you sure that's what you want, Timmy?" "Yes, I'm sure. I love candy more than anything in the world." The fairy sighed and waved her hand. Suddenly, the ground beneath Timmy's feet began to shake, and a huge pile of candy appeared in front of him. Timmy's eyes widened as he stared at the candy in front of him. It was everything he had ever wanted. He took a piece of candy and put it in his mouth. It was the sweetest candy he had ever tasted. He ate more and more, stuffing his pockets and his mouth until he was so full that he couldn't eat anymore. But as he was eating, he noticed that the candy wasn't making him happy. In fact, he felt sick and unhappy. He realized that having all the candy in the world wasn't what he truly wanted. What he wanted was to be happy and to share his happiness with others. He looked at the fairy and finally spoke up. "Oh, fairy, I think I made a mistake. I thought I wanted all the candy in the world. But what I really want is to be happy and make others happy too." The fairy smiled at Timmy. "That's a very wise choice, Timmy. And you know what? You already have the power to make others happy. You just have to use it." Timmy thought for a moment and then said what he felt deep in his heart. "I wish for the power to make people happy." The fairy smiled and waved her wand once again. Timmy felt a warm glow spreading through his body, and he knew that his wish had been granted. From that day on, Timmy used his power to make people happy. He would tell jokes, play games, and help others whenever he could. And he found that the more he made others happy, the happier he became himself. Wow, that was a sweet story, Tia. I agree. And the moral of the story is? The moral of the story is that true happiness comes from making others happy, not from material possessions. And sometimes what we think we want may not be what we truly need. For your favorite rhymes, stories, and more, join Kids Heart family. Subscribe here.